Welcome. Rabid will be with us shortly, but please remember, anything discussed today is not financial advice.
All hail Rabid! All hail Rabid! We are one. We are miners. We will donate to Rabid like crazy.
What's going on, guys? Welcome. I hate it every time I hire that board queen. She just messes. She has her own agenda, so ignore her sometimes. Just stay out of that. Stay out of that stuff. Rabid has been hacked. Run. Run. Welcome to the Rabid Church. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's do a roll call. See who we got in the house today. What's going on? Scrolling up here. I see you over there, Scaper. What's going on? Happy Saturday. Kylacoin to the moon. NFA. And I can't. What's that symbol? Looks cool. Not sure what it is though. All right, Wormworks, what's going on? Zip Pirate, Ogre MGTOW, Alvatis, Jokabutis, Chris Klein, what is happening? Skirm, Bad Cat, Michael Cartwright, what's happening over there? Jock McMiner, UK, Sadie Sometimes, what is happening? Andrew, hi Rabid, will RXD and Alephium be subjected to even more hash pains since Kylacoin switched to CPU only? Not sure if they were FPGA or ASIC, but I'm assuming the former. They're all FPGAs as far as I'm aware. There's no ASICs available. Well, there is ASICs available for lithium. Sadly, gold shells aren't strong enough, and I don't think they really have that many. Some people were finally getting them in, though. But, you know, it's a massive FPGA farm. I don't think it's worthwhile for that farm to put more hash rate away from Kylacoin onto those two coins because they already control it. So they're just going to be burning more power at minimum extra profit. So they're going to have to move to something else, maybe some type of Carlson hash coin. I'm not really sure. But yeah, we'll just have to pay attention to hash rate and see what ends up spiking that's FPGA mineable. Grey Wolf, what's going on here? Jock McMiner UK again. Crazy Monkey, Sadie Sometimes. Michael Cartwright. Damn it, my headphones were up way too high when the music kicked in. Oops, blew his eardrums out. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Northern Miner 52. What do we got here? What do we got? Son of a Rabid Panda's in the house. Black Hat Team. GSKT Blue. What is happening? What do we got here? What do we got here? Tech Bandit, what's happening? GM Zombie. Good morning, Zombie. What's happening, Zombie? Crypto Pounder 4, what's happening? I don't see Mr. Budweiser yet, but we're going to do it anyway. Budweiser. 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 It's not here. It's not here. It's not here. It's not here. Budweiser. 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 Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, that was fun. Okay, let's continue on here. Yusuf Putz, what's happening? Ninja Kid again. Tumblr. Oh, it just jumped on me. Sadie Sometimes gifted 1 membership to a lucky member. GSK Blue, congratulations for getting the gifted membership here. Nerd Beast, how's it going? Pretty good, not too shabby. XRP Boss, about effing time. Rabid, Kyla to the moon. Boom. Humbled. Yo, Rabid, what's hanging? Not too much. Zealous is next. Cashing in on Exelis. Budweiser work today. Yeah, sometimes he listens in while he's still at work, but maybe he's got a super busy schedule today. Rabid, want my KS0 Pro? It's worthless. Yeah, you know, that's something we're going to look at here. Now, remember, everything always discussed on my channel is more on the mining aspect, not a trading aspect. Obviously, the super crazy trader bullish people are saying Kaspa's going to the moon. On a mining side of things, it's not looking too hot to mine currently. It doesn't mean if if it pumps in the future, we're gonna see some nice gains. But right now, it's looking pretty rough. Let's see, did I miss any ads or tags? Because it did jump on me here. I think we're caught up on everything. So where should we start? We got a few things kind of look at. Obviously, Kylacoin forked. They removed the FPGA farm and other FPGAs, and is now purely CPU mining only. There are some Ryzen 9000 series leaks, but nothing set in stone yet. So again, we have to take it with a grain of salt. We have no idea how they're actually going to be yet. These are just early type of, I guess, specs. We still don't know a base clock or anything, which is the biggest number as a miner that we need. And then we're going to move on to Kaspa sucks now, which you kind of saw already now. Yes, the Ice River KS0 Ultra is out now. I think in the description, if you guys are still looking for those, we'll talk about it in a minute. But I do have links and a discount code down there. I'm going to post that right quick into the live chats here, see if it's even there. Yeah, right there, those things. So that is the link to their website with miners and stuff. And then obviously code Rabid will grant you a discount as well. Now I got to hit the refresh and everything because I messed it all up. But there are miners available, which we'll look at in a minute here. Live chat. All right, now I have to get my other chats back up again. Boom, I hate that. I need another monitor. I need a 4-monitor operation here because I got to keep doing crazy stuff. Ice River, yeah, KS0 Ultra. And the sad thing, you know what? Let's just look at that right now. The crazy thing is, look at the KS0 Ultra. It's only $349, just 400 gigahash, and only 100 watts. The original KS0s, when they first came out, they were like $1,100, $1,200. The KS0 Pro, I'm still trying to ROI, was $429 or $440 or something. It's getting close to ROI now, but again, it's only 200 gigahash. So this is twice the hash rate at the same amount of power as a KS0 Pro, and 4 times the hash rate. This is like 4 KS0s, you know, for the same amount of power as one. So obviously, as Kaspa mining gets harder and harder, we're going to need better miners. And obviously for the home miner, you got the KS0 Ultra, which is actually surprisingly cheap compared to what a lot of us thought it was going to be. I was expecting $500-$600, but it's not. We got the KS5L here at 76, which is 12 terahash. And then we got the 15 terahash monster at like $12,000. So they are currently in stock right now, and that link will grant you a discount as well with code Rabid. Anyway, we'll look at that later on. Let's start with the Kylacoin fork. So let's just have a quick look here on mining pool stats. Let's adjust this. Flash bomb grenade, you guys. I apologize. Let's have a look here. Boom. Here's the fork. We can see it happened yesterday. There's still a lot of people trying to figure out how to mine this. Maybe I'll do a guide on how to mine this coin here eventually. It's not making too much money because the daily emissions, because the price is so low now. Remember, this used to be $500, this coin. It's down to only $53 now. It's only paying out $432. So obviously, it cannot support too many miners on the network. The emissions are so low, it's crazy. It only pays, well, let's just say an 8. I believe it's only like 7.4 coins a day or something. A block reward is like 0.005, so it's very low here. But we can see the hash rate went from, 12 terahash or so down to where we're sitting right now at 1.67. And, some people are solo mining to their own nodes or something. We got about 2 mega hash online. So a big drop here, but still 2 mega hash on this algorithm is a decent amount of hardware still. Not a major amount, but it's a decent amount. And we can see it looks like Monero Ocean is starting to get some hash rate there. So it's profitable for some people as it looks like it profit switched over. But we've seen a big hash drop. I do have some rigs on. Let's just do a refresh here. All right, rig 19 likes to keep going down on me. I'm going to have to make another short saying how I hate summertime, so be ready for that. But it looks like rig 9, sometimes rig 1, which I just fixed before, has been going down a little bit on me as well. But this is pretty much what I got now for hash rates. Now, the interesting thing, let's just look at rig 5, because rig 5 is awesome, right? Now, this is supposed to be a Ghost Rider algorithm, a variant of it. Now, the dev did say it's 18 rotations. Ghost Rider has 20, which means this has 18. There should be 18 different hash rates, 18 different power consumptions. You're going to need 24 hours to test. But the weird thing is, I'm not really noticing much of a fluctuation between any of the hash rates here. With Ghost Rider, this thing would be like this. Ding, 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 ding. All over the frickin' place, right? You know how Ghost Rider runs. So I don't know if it's like, if it rotates every 2 days or something. I have no idea what's going on here. But I'm not seeing much of a rotation happening. At one point, look at 1.78, 1.78. Pretty freaking consistent of 1.78 kilohash on this 3900X. So I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with the rotations. Maybe the algorithm's broken. Maybe there's something going on with the miner itself where it's only mining one rotation, which is interesting. If you guys remember, now this is different. We can't compare this to Lithium. I have no idea what's really going on. I'm still trying to figure out how this is working, but I'm not seeing the hash rate fluctuation for 18 different mini algorithms. I don't see it happening. And the other thing is, as you know, the Lithium, there's 16 different chains, but that's all happening at the same time. And as we know with the Gold Shell AL box, it was only mining one of them and skipping all the other ones. Now, this is supposed to be done, you know, on the blockchain level, I guess, or on the side where each block it's supposed to switch, so your miner should switch to that. This isn't happening where every chain and every mini algo is being mined at the exact same time. So it's totally different from a leafing. We can't compare them at all, but I don't know what's going on. I don't see any type of freaking hash rate fluctuations to determine that that's happening. Now, is that good or bad? One, it's either broken, or two, we're going to see possible GPUs and stuff maybe try to tweak something to get online here, because I'm not seeing rotation swapping happen. So I don't know what's happening, but right now it is looking like GPU or CPUs is now the dominant factor on Kylacoin. We can take a look here on Viper Pool. Looks like my rewards are down now because more hash rate is coming on. So we're only down to $17 a day. Obviously, for my farm, that's very low in profit. $17 a day. You know, through the entire bear market, I was making around $40 to $55 a day. And a lot of times, we were upwards of $200 a day, depending if you nailed the coin at the right time or not. So we're definitely down quite a bit in profits, but I am trying to run this for a full 24 hours, try to get some average hash rates and see what's kind of going on. So again, I don't really know the situation at Rig 5. We can see currently it's at 2.38 for 1 hour, 2.38. 6 hour average is only 1.78, so that's interesting. The 24, which we're still not at, is 1.71. So I am going to wait for that 24-hour average. Maybe we are seeing some fluctuations here. This is current average. This is current hash rate, though, which is obviously just based on shares found for the pool, which could be changed with difficulties and stuff like that, variable difficulties. But, you know, it's really hard to determine how well we're doing right now. So we're going to have to keep an eye on things and stuff like that. So let's see what's going on with the live chat, how you guys are doing about Kylacoin. Have you guys tried it yet? What is that Flex, a CPU coin? Flex is the algorithm that Kylacoin now uses. So, like I said, they pulled off, they took Ghost Rider. Supposedly, they took Ghost Rider and they kind of modified it a little bit here. And they're using 18 out of the 20 rotations that Ghost Rider has. And then they named that algorithm Flex. Kind of like VCAX. You remember VCAX 2-3 years ago? They took 5 or 6 rotations out of Ghost Rider, and then they just named that algorithm Mike. So that was the Mike algorithm with 6 GR rotations. But that one did fluctuate quite a bit, but they picked 6 that were pretty close. So we didn't see too much. Now this is supposed to have 18 different fluctuations. I'm not really seeing the fluctuations happen, so I'm not really sure what's happening there. What's Retro Mike saying? Subroutines within them. Subroutines they removed. They removed. Okay, wait. I gotta see what Retro Mike is saying because he's a pro star at all this stuff. At Rabid, the removed JH_hash, it's doing Blake, Gosal, and Skeen. Each of those algos have subroutines without them. It's the same as GR minus J and hash, and it's subroutines they removed within them. So, Flex Labs is the dev team behind Kyla and another coin. They named their algo F1 EcoHat, but miners have named it Flex. Interesting. So I don't know, like I said, I don't understand what those subroutines mean. So does that just meaning like each algo is pretty darn close together or what? Like, I'm not sure what's going on, but shouldn't we see big hash rate fluctuations? Now I don't have Discord open here. Where is it? I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up right quick and see what it looks like. Can I move it over here? Yeah, I'll move it over here for now in case it pops up. Oh, I can't move it over there. Now I'll move it over here. In case some top secret information. Okay, no top secret information popped up. But someone here, let's just see. I'm going to go into mining. There have been people posting screenshots of them testing, what's it called? The algorithms like Turtle and I can't remember what all the ones are in there. But someone had a screenshot. And there were times where they shows 800 kilohash and sometimes upwards of 3 kilohash or 800 hashes to 3 kilohash. So that is a pretty large jump from the low one to the big one, but I'm just not seeing it on any of my rigs as we mine. And I don't know what's going on. I can't find it. It's sometime from yesterday, but they posted in the Discord exactly which of the Ghost Rider algos are used. There are only 3 algos, 4 in GR, that passes the subroutines within each of those. It's technically not 20 different algos. Oh, so it's only 4. So that makes a lot more sense than if it's only 4. And then I'm just wondering, out of those 4, they must be pretty close together then. So All right, so it is fluctuating a little bit. At least we know Retro Mike can confirm there that it is fluctuating a little bit, which does obviously help prevent other types of hardware, especially FPGAs and ASICs, from trying to build for it. So that's a bonus. Again, who knows if Wild Rig could come in out of nowhere, depending on what they pull. Because we do know some GPUs are actually not too bad on Ghost Rider, because there are a couple of those mini algos where GPUs are pretty good at. Overall, long-term 24-hour average hash rate, the CPUs are obviously still the better hash, and they're doing at less power, but GPUs are kind of okay. So depending on the power, you know, if the coin price does good enough, it could make it viable for some of the GR coins for GPUs to actually mine them in a profit value, where CPUs would still be a lot better. But as we know, there's just so many GPUs out there looking for a home because they're all pretty much homeless. Fudweiser. Oh no. Not feeling too FA today. Oh no, Fudweiser's sick, guys. Fudweiser's sick, but we do see him. He is here. Where are you? Budweiser. Get better. There. Maybe he'll get better now, right? Is that how it works? There are variations within each algo. That's kryptonite hashing, just different variants to get things consistently shifting to remain CPU centric. That's interesting. There's a lot of stuff going on there that I have no idea about, but I guess it is kind of doing some things. It's doing stuff in the background that it's supposed to be doing. So that's good. That's good to know. Why Exalis not on hash rate? Well, as soon as Exalis gets listed on hashrate.no, it's going to die. Well, you know, I'm not saying the price is going to die, but the coin is going to die. What is listed here right now? Let's just come into here and do a refresh. Able, wasn't that crashing like crazy? Now it's like the top coin on a CMP card. That's crazy. Maybe because all the hash rate left and this is the only decent GPU for it. But, oh no. Exalis is here now. Exalis is on hashrate.no now. Uh-oh, they listed it. It's game over, guys. Game over. Exalis is now on hashrate.no. And we're going to see some hash rate spikes because, yeah, as we know, it's the top coin on every single GPU except for these ones. Except for AMD, I guess. So it is now listed. Give it a couple days and this coin will be dead. It's the fastest way to sum it up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so this is one of the days we were hoping would not happen, and it's happening. We're at 11 cents per kilowatt hour. I'm going to boost this up to 15 cent power because that's where a lot of people have. A lot of people are in 20 cent. 4090 is down to only 37 cent profit right now. That's pretty insane. Where's the network hash rate? Let's take a look at the network hash rate. Flash bomb, guys. Excelis. What is it looking like? The hash rate's not coming up, though. It's still only 50. We peaked at about 56. So remember, guys, this number right here, ignore this. This is a 100% false number. Our actual hash rate, oh, it has 53 gigahash right here. So maybe this one's the one we should be using. But, you know, these numbers in here are what we at. We have never hit 1 terahash on this network yet. But, and the numbers do make sense because it is paying $182,000. When it pumped up to like almost $40, what was it, $37.50, it's paying about $240,000, which is almost double of what Ravencoin was paying. But Ravencoin still had more hardware online. And going through my spreadsheet and stuff, my profits were accurate based on what people were getting for the past 24 hours using this number, which is another proof that this number right here is wrong. This is kind of like an artificial difficulty hash rate number that you see happen, and the hash rate and the difficulty does adjust on Exelis every single block. So every 1 second, why does it say average block time of 15.9? Unless this is, oh, maybe this one is 15. I'm thinking of some other projects that are 1 second, but you know, at every block it does adjust. I thought it was Zealous. Yeah, it's Zealous, Exelis, but yeah, Xelis, Zealous. But yeah, it looks like it is now on hashrate.no, so the profits are going to die. But depending on the type of hardware you have, it does look like the dev is looking into changing the algorithm. And it will nerf the crap out of GPUs currently, but it will make CPUs and GPUs close together. If you guys understand that. So yeah, GPUs are going to get a heavy nerf. It's going to be bringing back CPU mining, but it's going to try to remain close to the same performance and efficiencies between CPUs and GPUs, which was always the intended purpose of this coin. And they're going to be looking into it because as we're seeing bigger and bigger leaps and bounds on the GPUs, just, you know, it's like every update Regal does there, Regal, it's like a 10 to 15% boost, and the hash rate just keeps exploding more and more. So if these GPUs are getting big boosts, you know, they're starting to get worried that within the next month or so, there's definitely going to be FPGAs on the market. And the dev hates FPGAs and ASICs. He is 100% against FPGAs and ASICs. He wants CPUs and GPU mineable stuff only for every coin if he could if he could do it. But it does look like he's going to be adjusting the algorithm, and he's going to make it CPU and GPU mining again. But we'll just wait to see what happens there. Oh, we got just looking around, just rocks in here. Summer is here, turning things down and focusing on cleaning up facilities. Yeah, and just looking around, we just found out that Zealous has been listed on hashrate.no, and it looks like I'm probably going to have to shut off soon because the hash rate, you know, it's the #1 coin everywhere. It's definitely down a lot, though. Like, we're not making, like, a 4090 is down to 37 cents, $1 before power. This was like 4 days ago. You know, we were making like $2 or $3 on a 4090. We're already down to $1. Like, it's dropping fast here. So crazy stuff. Zealous has been listed. This is 15 cents here, though, guys. But still, the revenue shouldn't change because that's based on free power. But that's crazy. Absolutely crazy stuff happening there. It is listed. How can they tell what I'm mining with? ASIC, CPU, or GPU? Well, that's the thing. They can't really tell, but once rumors and screenshots and other things slowly start building up more until there's solid proof of something really, you know, outperforming everything else that's, you know, like unreal, then, you know, there's that type of proof. There's different ways to look at it. They can't realistically know what you're mining on, but they can set the algorithm when they adjust it to like CPU and GPU only. Obviously, they're trying to use the instructions and stuff where this is obviously going to hurt FPGAs. Most CPU stuff that's dominant on CPUs isn't really that great on a GPU, but, you know, it's going to be weird to try to get that mixture in between there. And who knows how long it's even going to take for that to happen, but yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, smash that like button, guys, if you haven't. Let's move on to the next subject. So yeah, Kylacoin did its fork. It's CPU mining only. It's doing some crazy stuff. How about the Ryzen 9000 series? Now, do you guys think it could suck? Could it suck? Could it not suck? So remember, very early stuff right now. Let's just look at, here is something from Video Cards. This was actually June 1st, so today. This was published today. Still nothing major in there. Not much information, but it looks exactly the same as the 7000 series. Like, look at right here. We can see the CPU cores. Obviously, the 9950X is 16, just like the 7950X 16. The max clock, which is the boost clock, is 5.7 still, and on the 7950X is 5.7. Now, as a miner, we don't care about those boost clocks. That's more on the gamer side of things, and, you know, not really our thing. L3 cache, all the same. iGPU, exactly the same. TDPs are exactly the same. So we're not really getting any info here. The one main thing I really want to see in specs is the base clock. Are we going to have the same base clock, a little bit higher of a base clock, or is that base clock going to be a little lower? As you know, with the Ryzen 3000 to 5000 series, they dropped the base clock 100 megahertz and they increased the boost clock 100 or 200 megahertz to kind of give that more single thread performance for gaming and stuff. Most of these specs are always, you know, pointed towards gamers, not miners, obviously. But the one thing we're still waiting for is to see what is that base clock at, and that is still a number we don't have. The other thing is this one right here, which I'm not really sure about, is this one says that the memory support is only 5600, which would make this worse, as we found out, unless they change something here between the architecture of AM5, which I doubt it, or Zen 5 there, yeah, AM5. But with the 7000 series, unlike the 3 and 5000 series, where the 3 and 5000 series, CL14 lower latency RAM, so like CL14, 3200 megahertz on RandomX and anything RAM dependent, out-hashed and used less power than faster RAM on the 3 and 5000 series. So like if you went CL14, 3200, you would get, you know, your normal 14, 15 kilohash on a 3900X. But if you went to like CL1600 and CL60 and CL18 for faster RAM but looser timings, you actually lost hash rate as well as used more power. So we had lower latencies, faster hash rates, and less power versus higher RAM speeds at looser looser timings, and we're using more power and getting less hash rate. Now with the 7000 series, it was different. It wasn't about the latency. It was more about the speed of the RAM, where we're seeing CL36000 is like the sweet spot, hashing at the good hashes, where I did do a test kit with the G.Skill CL28 RAM 52 or 5400. I can't remember what it was, but it was tighter timings. It actually got less hash rate and used more power. So the 7000 series in terms of RAM was opposite of the 3 and 5000 series, and now this is saying the memory support is 5600. So that's even slower than what we're using right now. Now Googling it in other aspects, it's saying it actually uses quite a bit faster RAM. So let's just look at Ryzen 9000 series specs, see what pops up. Like here and some other ones, I'm seeing different numbers where it is saying it could use. So here it's saying, so that's saying 6400 also. There's one where I seen upwards of 8,000 megahertz. So if that's a thing, that could be good. But let me see. N series, try RAM. This is saying 64. Yeah, this is saying 64. Right. So yeah, what's this one? Note that supported memory is not specific for all models in the leaked information. DDR5 8400 memory support is only mentioned for the Ryzen 9 9950X CPU, while other lists to be determined. So there's still a lot of information all over the place. There was a blog, I can't remember what it was. I erased it before my live stream that kind of confirmed this. I don't know if it was video cards or another one, but so who knows? Like, again, these are all early leaks. We don't know what's actually going to happen yet. But so far, it's looking like it's not going to be worth buying the 9000 series unless we can run upwards of super fast RAM, like it's saying there, 8500 or something would be absolutely insane, or 84. Remember, you want a 1-to-1 ratio to really be max. Again, I don't know if that really applies to 9000 series or not, but if it can get the faster RAM, that could be better for our mining on RAM-specific type of algos like RandomX and some various other ones as well. I think Cubic, Cubic didn't really, maybe a little bit, I don't remember, but on the RAM-dependent ones. Now, another thing that's new is new motherboards are coming. Now, you should be able to still use all your B650s. They're all AM5 slots, so I don't know what they're going to be doing. The only thing in theory that would make sense to me, now you can see AMD is also set to launch this new X870, which would be the top end thing, which is the same as your X670 right now, and then your B850, which is like your B650s right now. So the only thing I think that this would make sense is if they're actually cheap versions, but they're going to be new, so I can't see them being cheap. So I don't know what they're doing with those. I probably don't plan on buying any of these. It probably has features I don't need at all, especially as a miner. I still think the Gigabyte, UD3Hs are probably the best AM5 motherboards you can get. They're one of the cheapest and have every bell and whistle you can think of. It's more than enough for CPU mining and all the decent VRM cooling and everything. So I don't know what's going on with their motherboards yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. I plan on ordering maybe all the parts here over the next couple weeks so I can build the 9000 series, and then from there just wait for the CPU to release. I don't think I'm ever going to build any 12-core CPUs anymore. I probably won't test one. Just looking back on, I wish I didn't even buy any 7900X, honestly, with you guys. I wish I would have went just 7950Xs and 7950X3Ds just for the scale. And, by the time you build everything, people look at the cost of the CPU way too much. Yeah, maybe it's $100. In Canada, it's like $150, $200 cheaper to get a 7900X versus the 7950X, and then add an extra 80 on top of that for the 7950X3D. But you're already buying that RAM. You're already buying that motherboard. And I worked out the numbers. It works out to be, for a full system build, like 0.01 cents per hash more expensive to build the bigger rig than the little rig, and now you have a lot more hash at a lot more density than building out, because CPU was $200 cheaper, but the overall build cost of the entire build, it didn't actually really save you that much money in terms of the hash rate you would have got versus the other ones. So I don't think I'm going to be I think the lowest CPUs I'm ever going to be building this point forward is going to be 7 and 9000 series because of the AVX 512 and so on. If more algorithms start utilizing it, maybe more coins do. We don't know. Currently, the only one that uses it sometimes is Cubic, and that is sometimes. Not even all the time. Sometimes it'll tell you it's using it. Doesn't really even mean it's using it half the time. And then a week later, they might not even use it anymore. You might not see any advantage. So we still don't really know. But the other thing, is are we going to see that 50% increase that's rumored on the 9000 series? 50% increase of AVX 512 performance, which could be another big boost. But at the same time, we could see a big drop because all the gamers and everyone are going to be upgraded to the latest and greatest thing. That's what they do. They're going to be buying the 9000 series, so they'll be selling all their 7950X and stuff on the used market. So we could get these other CPUs that we kind of really want anyway for cheaper. Now, hopefully no gamers are watching this because they're like, all right, we're going to scalp the crap out of this. Who cares? Miners want these CPUs. They don't know that really. They don't watch this channel, but that's just something you could keep an eye on. We could see some nice cheap 7000 series coming along eventually here. But that's good if they suck, right? I guess, but then there'll just be more demand for 7000 series and then they'll just go up in price. So I don't really know. May have 40% boost in the... Yeah, that's that. Yeah, Camel K. That's the one thing we still don't know. There's still major things we don't know, which is why we got to test it. Is one, we don't know the base clock yet, so we're going to have to wait for official specs. And this sounds like these CPUs are launching next month. So 1 month away. So I do want to have, the power supplies, the motherboards, the coolers, everything already here. And that way when the CPUs drop, all I got to do is order up a CPU. Now I'm up in the air on what I want to do. Do I want to order 2 of them, or do I want to order just 1 of them and maybe put it inside of into my workstation, right? Test it obviously first, and then throw it in my workstation, then just continue with the 7000 series build. Or do I gamble and get 2 of them, and hopefully they're actually really, really good, and then obviously one will go in my workstation, the other one will end up as a dedicated rig. So I'm up in the air if I'm just going to buy 1 of them or 2 of them. But every time I build rigs, it's usually in pairs now due to the fact that you have the dual stands now and everything. So I'm going to get 2 motherboards, obviously a power supply, a splitter, 2 of everything, just so I can build an additional full 2 rig system again. But we'll see. What do we got here? Thank you very much, Bazinga_X for the 10 USD. Beer money. Awesome, awesome. That's like $1,000 for us here in Canada, so much appreciated, 100%. I'm just kidding. It's not that much more. It's maybe $12, but it's awesome. Much appreciated, 100%. It's only 200 solo blocks for 1 Kylacoin. That's it? Only 200 solo blocks? Let's look at that. I think I've been hitting some blocks. If we go into here. Engage. Oh, yeah. So I hit a block. Block, 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 block. Well, you can see I hit 140 blocks here. So, you guys can't see that because it's wrong. But you can see here's 140 blocks. Now, I think 85 of them were found on an E300. So, since yesterday, I guess 80, subtract that. I found a decent amount of blocks so far, but I'm not mining on the pool. I'm not solo mining. I am pool mining right now because last night before I went to bed, I actually calculated how many blocks I had and how much I would have rewarded, and I'm actually ahead in my balance than if I was solo mining. So I am still on the pool here because it doesn't seem like my luck is actually good enough to go better. Long term, it should be, kind of better. But the sad thing is, now yesterday, because more hash rate has been picking up, I'm only down to 0.3 as an estimate of coins. Now, I mined this when the FPGAs and everything were online with an E300 FPGA. You all know what that is. It took me 2 to 3 months to finally get 1 Kylacoin. You guys remember? I'm going to get 1 Kylacoin. I'm going to go to 1 Kylacoin. I'm going to get 1 coin. All I want is 1 coin because it's so hard to get 1 coin. Maybe the coin will go to $500 or $1,000 a coin again. We have no idea. It's been bleeding out and dying since that FPGA farm went online. And we are actually seeing some price rebound since this fork happened. It could just be a news thing, obviously. We don't know the long-term effects yet. We just got to wait. But now, it's only going to... Yesterday, I was getting half a coin a day, 0.48 or something, almost half. So, 2 days, I would have got a coin where it took me 2 to 3 months at, I don't know, on that E300 to do it before. So I should have just waited if I knew this was going to be a thing, and I could have got that coin a lot easier. That also changes it, where if it's a lot easier to get a coin now, there's going to be more coins starting to be distributed. But again, it's not all going to one miner. That was the major thing here, is that one FPGA farm was taking pretty much all the emissions and selling it. Every single thing they got. They were taking 80 to 90% of the coins every day, and they were dumping it. And that's what was leading to that. There was no buy pressure to always counter that. So hopefully, depending how this works out, you know, it might actually have less of a resistance level and slowly start to move up, depending on, because I know I'm not selling it. And most of you guys know I only sell when I have to, which is a lot. You know, I do sell my crypto for getting groceries and gas and all sorts of things and mortgage payments, stuff like that. But I don't just randomly sell my coin just to sell my coin. Okay, I got some, I'm going to go sell. I don't do that. I do hold as much as I possibly can, waiting for next year. So who knows what bag is going to pump in altcoin season next year. Something will. We don't know. You want to get as many bags as possible and hope some of them are your bags. So I just get a little bit of everything. I only sell when I have to sell because I need money. But for the most part, I'm also holding as much as I possibly can as well, waiting for that. So it's kind of a mixed balance to do that, but I'm not one of those miners just go out, sell it constantly, and do that. Now, sometimes on a new coin where I really don't think it's going to do anything, but it is looking really profitable, I do make the decision and sell that daily, 100% sell pressure, but then I buy the coin I think is going to go up. So, like, I might buy Kaspa, or I might buy more Zeph, or I might buy, you know, whatever, more Kylacoin, or who knows, right? You know, you just take whatever is the most profitable, and then you can sell that and buy the coin you want. But again, I try to stack coins as much as I feel the ones that are going to go up the most, as long as I possibly can. And I really sell for money, or, you know, hardware upgrades and stuff is least amount of possible. If that kind of makes sense. You guys understand that? All right. So now let's lead on to our next thing. Kaspa sucks. Kaspa sucks now, guys. 60 more, and you have one Kylacoin. Is it better? I have one Kylacoin right now, though, so that's awesome. We'll wait on that. But yeah, Nvidia to the moon. It's only 200 solo bucks. Here, you saw that. Monopolies. Just load Windows Lite on your GPU. Mine with Nvidia. Is it better solo mining versus pool? So far for me, it's looking like pool mining is the better option than solo, but you never know. You never know. Why does Kaspa? There's DJ Mines. Why does Kaspa suck? Now remember, when I open up this live stream, it's coming from a mining perspective right now, not a trading perspective. Obviously, I feel Kaspa is going to hit somewhere between 50 to 75 cents, and that's going to look pretty freaking awesome. Obviously, still mining right now. But looking at everything right now, Kaspa mining is not looking very good. So, like, let's just take a look here. And we had the block reward reduction is happening again in about on the 6th. So in 5 days, we're going to see lower emissions again. So right now we can see I got about 5.3 terahash here rocking away on Kaspa. That's down. That's 163 coins a day, which isn't too bad. But obviously, let's just take a look. If Kaspa does say 75 cents, let's go 165 times that by 75 cents. You know, we're making $123 a day right now. That's pretty freaking sweet still. But right now, we're really only making $22 a day. Now, these are using about 3,000 watts of power. So 3,000, 4,000 watts. So let me just see. I think it's, I mean, yeah, I'm about 3,400 watts, which is like a KSM or K, whatever that one is. So I'm going to times that by 24. I'm going to divide that by 1,000. I'm going to times that by 0.20 to 12 cent power. So I'm using about $9.79 a day in power. So 22 minus 9.75. So I'm only making $12 a day on 3,000 watts. In theory, if I really wanted to, I could shut those down. I could convert some of the coins I'm mining with other things right now and make more than my Kaspa miners. I would end up with more Kaspa than mining with Kaspa miners at less power, meaning I'm getting more Kaspa at less expenses. These Kaspa miners suck, but they're also outdated. These are the original Kaspa miners. KS0s. You know, I got one KS0 Pro 2 here. KS1s, KS2s. That's the other evolution, which is kind of like GPU mining. GPU mining is starting to suck also. It's turned into the ASIC revolution, where I really feel if you're buying a 3000 series GPU right now, you're making a big mistake. I would not buy a GPU because they're cheap right now. the 5000 series is going to come out. You're going to need efficient hardware to stay competitive. And Son of a Tech talked about this on Bitcoin on a stream a couple days ago. Maybe we'll touch up on that a little bit because that is changing dramatically as well. But as a home miners, we're not really mining Bitcoin in the first place. So that's a totally different subject that's not really relevant to this. But now looking at the newer miners, we can see that's kind of how we went through earlier. And I do have that link in the description. I posted in live chat earlier. These are now in stock. But look at the KS0 Ultra. 400 gigahash at only 100 watts. And it's only $349. This is cheaper than when the KS0 Pro first came out. The KS0 Pro was like $400, $500. And this is twice the hash rate at the same power, only 100 watts. Now, I don't know if you could probably overclock these eventually. I imagine they're working on the firmware PB farmer there. And you could probably maybe be able to push this to 500 or 600 gigahash possibly at 170 to maybe 200 watts. That's another thing. I wouldn't recommend overclocking any of these. It's probably going to reduce its lifespan, but you know, that's totally your choice. I like to run efficiency. But these new miners are also going to be coming online, which means the miners we currently have right now, by the time all of these are sold out and shipped out, and these are probably going to sell out very, very fast, without a doubt. There's still so many people that are just diehard, Kaspa's the next Bitcoin. These are not going to last very long. I bet you by the end of the week, they'll probably all be sold out here. But again, it's hard to say. And then once all this hash rate comes online, plus with Bitmain's ones, we're not going to be making very much. So let's take a look. Where is, here's Kaspa Hero Miner. So I have a single KS0 Pro on this pool right here, all by itself to its own address. And I'm just kind of tracking it to ROI. And I did have a certain amount here. But look at this right now. It's only making 88 cents a day. 6.4 coins. This used to be at 20 or 30 coins a day. Now it's only getting 6.4. As more hash rate continues to come online, this is going to drop down to like 4 coins or 3 coins. It's going to drop in half. Plus with the Kaspa emissions, those are going to be getting very low as well. So these are just going to be dying off. And I still have not ROI'd this. I am tracking every Kaspa coin mined, and when this does finally ROI, I will make that video. But still, it's not actually very old. I think, how long have I had this? 5-6 months. So that's actually not too bad. It's pretty close to ROIing right now, but it's still not quite there. Now let's just take a look at Kaspa emissions. And look where that block reward is sitting now in terms of mining scales. Boom, 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 boom. I'll go high. There, that's a little better for your guys' screen. Oh, I'm on full screen. That's why. There we go. That's too. Go back. There we go. So let's see where we are right now. We're coming into June, which is 6/01. Where's 6/2024? Right here. So on June 6th here, it's going to drop. We're currently at 110 of a block reward. We're going to be at 103. We're going to be under, next month, we're going to be under 100 Kaspa per block. 97. That is crazy. And by the end of the year, it's only going to be 73 Kaspa coins per block. This aggressive emission schedule is really starting to hurt the home miners. And Kaspa has not been seeing any price gain. We're right around the corner of altcoin season, though. Right around the corner. So next year sometime is when we're going to see it pump. And remember, when it pumps, it's going to dump very fast behind it. And you got to be ready to sell your coins if that's something you're actually planning on doing. As a altcoin miner, as we're all doing, unless you're mining Bitcoin, there is really no other coin there other than ETH, which is not mineable any. There's only a couple coins that really see a bull run. That is Bitcoin. That is Ethereum. All these other coins we're mining are straight up Ethereum's an altcoin too. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to follow a bull cycle like Bitcoin. It's going to stay high and good price for a year. Next year, 2025, end of this year, they're going to start pumping, and next year they're going to be good the entire year. Obviously, they'll spike, and then we'll fall back into another bear market. But we're not here to talk about bear markets again. We're just coming out of this one. But the altcoins, they're not going to last very long. We're going to see them go up, and then within a month or two, they're going to be dead again. So you're going to have to be ready to sell. And then that's it. We're going to wait another 4 years. Altcoin season's going to come and go faster than you can frickin' blink. And if you haven't sold, you're going to be left holding the bag. And everyone on Twitter, everyone on YouTube, everyone is going to tell you why and how it's going to go so much higher, and it's not going to. Pick a target, get ready to sell, and do your thing. This is going to be a fast dumping bull market, I feel. So many people are saying how parabolic it's going to get. I don't think that's the thing. This is going to go up and down really fast. Going back now to Son of a Tech on why we think this and stuff. He was at that Bitcoin conference that just kind of went through. He was talking to a lot of these large farms, you know, Hut 8, Luxor, all those other guys. They were there. And some crazy stuff here. You know, you guys should watch his video 100%. He goes through it from his hometown experience. I'm just taking away from that live stream he did. Some of you guys may have been in that live stream he did 2 days ago, I think it was. I was watching it, and it opens up your eyeball to things. People are taking note of how the cycles work. They're realizing these things. Those major Bitcoin people like Luxor and Hut 8 and them that are hosting providers, they're talking about things and how they are hosting. If you're hosting on one of these, you are not guaranteed to renew your contract when it expires. It sounds like they're kicking everybody off. And now that you guys paid for hosting on them, you guys paid for their infrastructure. They're going to be kicking everybody off, and now they're going to own everything from that transformer, the lines, all the way to their frickin' farm is all owned by them. That means they have no extra costs coming from third parties and other stupid people like I get ripped off here in Alberta for. That's my largest cost here. They now own all that stuff, and now they can run their Bitcoin farms at cheap prices. So they're going to be kicking everyone off when those contracts expire, and they're going to be running their own farms with the latest, greatest equipment. They are estimating, unless you have around 5-cent power, you are not going to be able to compete on the Bitcoin mining ecosystem, which is insane to think about. But again, what we always say, as a home crypto miner, we don't mine Bitcoin in the first place. It is one of the stupidest things you could do, and anyone promoting that should give their head a shake, because it costs way too much in power to run those at very little profits, if any profits at all. So you're better off mining on a GPU, CPU, convert that into Bitcoin. You'll be making more than a freaking Bitcoin miner anyway. And you'll be getting more Bitcoin if you really want Bitcoin. But, you know, purchasing and utilizing that, unless you have very cheap power, and now they're predicting around 5-cent power to even compete here moving forward once they upgrade their facilities and get all these new miners online, because they're going full-fledged loading up their farms with the latest 200 to 400 terahash machines, which is going to be insane. We're going to see a spike in hash rate happen with this halving that also went through. And then another thing is they're mentioning, I think Son of a Tech said something about these companies are predicting a $200,000 to a $250,000 Bitcoin peak, which makes about sense. I was guessing somewhere around 150 to 200,000, and they're guessing 200 to 250. And they know about the peaks and the cycles. They got freaking analysts doing this. They make millions of dollars, and they know what's going on. And they're planning. Once they hit a range where they want, they're dumping. As soon as they see that, they're dumping all their Bitcoin. It's pretty much been confirmed. And that way, they're going to have all this money to make it through the next bear market. Push everybody out of the market, and they're going to be running the whole pretty much ecosystem. This is what's happening. People are realizing the cycles. They know when this is going to play out. If you're thinking you're going to hit a peak, and Son of a Tech brought that up also, is you might want to start setting your price targets a little bit lower. As we know, the altcoin season pumps and dumps. It goes up very fast. Let's look at some of that right now. Coin market cap. Let's kind of go through this and kind of add this next level of information that we got from Son of a Tech being at that conference, and take that to our own benefit. Use the information available as our research. So as I mentioned, Bitcoin for an example, and Ethereum, which we had last cycle. It was mineable and it was awesome. And it lasted, you know, for a full year or something once the bull market kicked off. So here's a bull market. Here we are, 2020, 2021 starts here. This is the end of the year when we should start seeing November, December of this year, we'll start to see Bitcoin really rally. Right now, anything you see in any of the crypto markets, I consider null and void. Who the hell cares what happened to it? Next year is going to determine what coins were made it worthwhile or not. So here we have Bitcoin obviously taken off. 2021, right from the start, and it goes up. Sure, it has its dip and stuff. It's still higher at the lowest dip than it was at, in this year, in theory. Right now, 2020 is our 2024. 2021 is our next year, 2025, and it lasted all the way till, you can see here, this is when it started to dip here, 2022. So the full year we had here. Ethereum did the same thing, and this is where the mining side for home miners comes in, because we don't mine Bitcoin as home miners. We just pointed that out. Too much freaking power and definitely not worth the cost. We come into here, and we have Ethereum did the same thing, just like Bitcoin. This is where I'm saying this is like a bull run coin. A bull run does it for a full year, a long time. And here we have, 2021. Let's just kind of dip back a little bit. 2020 right here. So you can see 2021 hit. Here's that November, December, up it goes. And then it was awesome. We were loving life, GPU mining away, buying every freaking card we get our hands on. Things were profitable the entire freaking time. And then we went to a bear market. It went to POS. Everything died. GPUs are pretty much dead and still are, in theory, most of the time for most people, because too many people have too expensive power costs. Now, this is what bull run mining looks like. We're in the bull run. We have nice things. Now, here is what we are mining now. This is altcoin season, and this is how it lasts. Look at Ravencoin. Here's Ravencoin. Bam, bam. Now, here is your bull run. You got from February 2nd. So, in theory, we could see Ravencoin's next all-time high the start of next year. And remember, a lot of these altcoins pumped before Bitcoin even hit its all-time high. That's one thing to consider. Will it do it again? We don't know. It could happen at the same time, maybe slightly after. We have no idea. But look at Ravencoin here, and it was flat. This is one thing we keep in mind. You know, we're always looking, oh, it's going up, it's going down, it's going. This is an altcoin. This is altcoins. We're pretty much mining pump and dumps, hoping for the frickin' pump. We're praying, we're wishing, and this is what's happening. Ravencoin pretty much did nothing, up, down, whatever. Yeah, Ravencoin's up 5%, awesome. Oh, it's down 2%, blah, blah. This is all we're seeing here. And then all of a sudden, it goes from 3 cents and spikes up to frickin' 20 cents. You know, massive spike, but this is an altcoin season. This spike took, you know, February 2nd to the end, 2 weeks. 2 weeks it did this, and then it dipped, and then it went a little bit higher, and then this is the all-time high 2 months later. So you had this long. If you didn't sell anywhere in here, you are now holding the bag and you're done for. And this is what we're mining now for pumps and dumps. We're trying to hit this spike, and you got to be ready to sell your coins. Get your crap out of staking. Get your crap out of nodes. Get your crap into your wallet. Have it ready to send to exchange. Because once these happen, you don't want to be locked up in anything. You're going to be left holding the bag while everyone else is saying how much money they made, and you're going to be crying in a corner or living on the street if you're still stuck in a node or doing something stupid. Not financial advice, guys. Just like I mentioned, this is just what I'm seeing, and this is my strategy. This is what I am planning for. Doesn't mean you have to do the same. I'm not telling you to do the same. This is just what I see. So we're mining pump and dump altcoins now. It doesn't last a couple months and you're done. We're going to wait another 4 years for it to happen again. Let's move on. Kaspa is going to do the same thing. It's going to pump and it's going to dump. It's not going to last like Bitcoin. People are going to tell you it is, and it's not going to happen. Let's look at other coins. Ergo. You know, other coins. Ergo. Altcoin. Let's see what this thing does. Exact same freaking thing. Look at this. It didn't even hit the old all-time high, but at least sent it. It's still sending it to $18. Hopefully Ergo goes 15, 16. I don't even care if Ergo makes the all-time high as long as it gets close again. And here we have, we can see $18. So we can see what happened here. It did do its pump here, which took, where to start right here. So we can see January, February, March, April, May. So here we go. May again. 5, 6 months, 7 months before Bitcoin even hit its all-time high and pumped. Here it goes. Shot up in May 5. So the same month. 1 month up, and then it crashed, and then it really did a spike here. So from the 719 up to here, 7, 8, 2 months. Here we go again. Another 2 months. Dead, gone, out of here. There's another altcoin season. That's how that works. Flux. Flux is an interesting one because it actually happened after Bitcoin. Here we go. Let's come into here. Flux. Bring it back. Now here's Flux's big thing. They shot up at the right at the end. This is when Bitcoin shot up, but Flux actually hit its all-time high in January 4th, which is a month, 2 months after Bitcoin actually peaked. But the same thing applies. Flux only lasted about 2 months, and then it was dead again. All the altcoins we were mining, we have anywhere from 2 weeks to frickin' 4 months tops to get in and out, or we're going to be holding the bag again. So we're not going to have a full run. We're mining all the yields, mining everything we can right now, and you got to be ready to sell your coins. Because if you don't, and you listen to some jackass on YouTube like myself saying it's going to go higher, which I'm not, I'm going to be making videos saying, I just dumped this bag, I dumped that bag, because judging by all these altcoins, pretty much every month is going to be a new altcoin that explodes. So pretty much every month, you're going to hope you have that bag, and we're like buying lottery tickets at this point, waiting for that. So moving into that now with the Bitcoin price and now the hype picks up and everything across all this, now that we have Luxor and all the major mining farms holding a lot of that Bitcoin, they know about these cycles. So once Bitcoin starts spiking, they already have their ranges set somewhere between 200 to 250. So get ready for those guys to start dumping all their coins, so they have, so they can take that profits, and that will cover their expenses for the entire next bear market. These are other things we're looking at. I'm already looking into that as myself as well. Technically, I have enough coins mined right now to cover power for 3 years. No, after. I'm not even counting this year because I'm still covering power for this year. I'm talking about from 2020 or 2026 to 2029. I have 3 years in there covered worth of coins that I have right now for power. In theory, I have free power for that whole next bear market because I've been planning ahead, waiting for it, doing what I need to do. Now, everything that pumps in this altcoin season moving forward, getting ready to dump it all, that's all added profit on top of what I even need to run for the next bear market. So I'm already planned ahead. I'm ready to roll. All we need now is for these altcoins to frickin' explode, and that's going to be where all of the profit is coming from for the next parts of your farm. So it's all about looking ahead, kind of looking at these things and understanding what may or may not happen. Now, anything I said here could not happen at all. We might not even see a bull run this cycle. We may see Bitcoin go up, and that's it because of the ETFs and Wall Street manipulation. We might not even see an altcoin season this year or this time for all we know. But, you know, based on the previous cycles, this is how it works. All we are is doing as altcoin miners, GPU miner, CPU miner, FPGA miner, whatever. We're mining altcoins, and all they are is pump and dump spec coins. That's all they are. They have nothing. They're not really going to do anything. Kaspa, all these people backing Kaspa. No, if no one builds on Kaspa, who cares what people say about it? If no one actually adopts it and builds on it, Kaspa is another dead crap coin. It's not going to go anywhere other than people's hype train Twitter posts. So we got to keep this in mind. We have no idea what coin's ever going to go up, what coin's going to do its thing, what's going to go higher than the other. We are all just hoping and speculating on something goes. And this is coming on the perspective of a miner. Remember, I'm not a trader. I'm not a blockchain person. A lot of these things are doing great things. But coming as a miner, this is how you got to prepare yourself and be ready for the future if you want to survive. Once things start going, end of the year, and I'll make a video when it comes, and not financial advice, but by the end of this year, when things really are probably going to start moving to November, December, I'm removing anything I got out of any type of staking platform. I'm removing everything out of iNodes. I'm getting everything into my wallets, and it's just going to sit there. Oh, but Rabid, aren't you going to be missing out on some rewards? You can do that all you want. You want to stake away at the next 1000x coin? Go ahead. There's people promoting airdrops and staking like crazy. It's one of the stupidest things you could ever do, because we're going to be moving into another bear market. We're going to be moving into so many more scam people coming out to trick people, and who knows which exchanges are next to fall, just like FTX and all that. People are going to lose so much money again through staking because they're not going to be able to withdraw. Or if you are able to withdraw, you're going to be set on some type of lock period where you're not even going to get your coins out, and then you miss the boat on the pump. Just have your coins in your own wallet. Hide your seed phrases somewhere. Don't click on stupid links, and be ready to send it. That's my 2 cents on the whole situation. You know, and I could be 100% wrong. This is just what I am doing and what I see through the market. And I'm just going to say, people are going to say it's going to keep going higher. And I say, ignore every jackass out there that says it's going to 1 million, it's going to 500,000, it's going to this. Even the big players have a buy or have a price set at 200 to 250K of Bitcoin where they're going to start dumping. So keep that in the back of your mind as well, moving forward into all this. All right, anyway. Rabid, until Trudeau takes here, buddy, he did truckers get at it. Yeah, that's true too. Hey, did you guys hear about Oklahoma? I don't know if it's true or not. I saw it on Twitter. And remember, not everything on Twitter is true, as we know. But I saw Oklahoma had a crypto bill. I don't know if it's true or false. Did you guys hear about this? But supposedly they signed a bill where crypto miners, Bitcoin and all crypto miners, I think, do not have to pay taxes on their mined crypto or when they sell or anything. It's crypto exempt, which in theory is kind of true. You know, I don't want to get into the Bible thing again. No, we're not going to get into that. We're not going to touch it. That could get me removed from the that could get the channel go bye. No called well leaked meme coin. We are going to 100K. Oh yeah, for sure. Bitcoin to 100K. That's definitely going to happen for sure. I think nothing's guaranteed, but I've always said around 150K is what Bitcoin's going to hit. I think that's very plausible. And the big players are guessing 200 to 250K. Now, you're going to see 400K, 500K, 700,000, 1 million from so many stupid people out there that have no clue what's going on, which is most of the people out there. But, and they're always changing everything they say every 2 weeks, every 3 days. But, 250K is probably a good estimate. I've always said, 150K to 200 is what we're going to see here. And they're guessing 250. But in that range does sound like that's when prime dumping is going to happen. So just be ready for this stuff, because you do not want to be left whole. If you're new to the cycles, you're gonna come into your first bull market here, and you're gonna see your next bear market, and it's gonna be insane. If you were here in 2020 and then saw 2021 bull cycle and stuff, you kind of have an idea what's coming. And a lot of people still don't realize that, where, oh, this miner is so expensive right now, or that's so expensive right now. You have not seen anything yet. A freaking Ethereum was very profitable at the time, yes, but remember, what was it? The 700 mega hash A10 plus, is that what it was? Was that 500 or 700? I can't remember. Maybe that was the A11 that was 700. Regardless, the thing was selling for over $30,000 as an ETH hash miner. And it was like, what, 700 mega hash at like 1,000 watts, 1,200 watts, which in today's standards is absolutely trash miner. But that thing was $30,000 then. That was insane. KA boxes. You remember the little box miners for Kadena? No, KDA boxes, not KA. K is the Kaspa one. KDA boxes. They were over $4,000 from Gold Shell when Kadena started to pop off. $4,000. Now people are pissed off because you have a miner that costs $400. People have no idea what's coming. Right now is freaking cheap compared to what is coming. The bull market is going to come in. People are going to see stupid high probabilities and think it's a good time to mine when it's the worst time to mine, and they're going to spend the money on worthless miners. That's the way it's going to work out. That just happens every cycle. So right now, if you're complaining about a price, you have not seen anything yet. You could buy any one of these miners right now and probably sell it for 6 times the price next year and sell whatever coins you mined on it as well. And definitely ROI your machine. Like, things are about insane. I might sell my entire farm, and just restart from scratch for all I know, depending on what things are looking like at the time. It's all about trying to capitalize on the time. You just got to have insight and foresight of moving forward. Look what happened with the GPUs. If you would have actually sold all your GPUs at the peak of Ethereum before the merge, but everyone was saying, nope, there's going to be another Ethereum, GPUs are going to be awesome. If you would have sold those and actually held, now that's a bad thing. This is one reason why I didn't sell mine. Because one, I wanted to keep my GPUs to continue testing for the channel and move forward. And then if something pops off, I have my GPUs. Now, if I would have sold them, usually when I have money in my hands, I can't hold on to it. If it's not in crypto, if it's in fiat, I'm burning it up. I'm buying stupid stuff I don't need. And that's the problem with most people as well. It's engraved in your mind. TV, commercials, the economy. All it is consumer, consumer, consumer. And everything is just bolted into you to buy stuff. That's how the whole economy works. It's funny how they call crypto and all this other stuff scams and don't buy this, don't do that. But it's totally okay to get ripped off by your insurance companies and everybody else, or you can go out there and buy the stupidest crap in the world because the TV told you. That stuff's totally legal. Or now they've got the betting apps all over the place ripping people off and losing all their money, but all that stuff is fine because it's regulated. They're allowed to do it, so it's okay. You are programmed since you are open your eyeballs as a baby to be a consumer and to buy stuff. So that makes it really hard to resist things, and that's what you got to do. Try and get it into crypto as fast as you can, then you won't have that. But as soon as I have stuff in fiat value, I just want to buy the stupidest crap I can get my hands on. And that's why I didn't sell my stuff. Now, in theory, if you would have sold all your hardware, you would have got back 3 or 4 times the amount of what you paid for your hardware on top of all the Ethereum you mined. You'd have a big, huge chunk of change to easily times 4 your entire farm when the bear market hit, which is strategy. So that's something I'm thinking about doing this time, but you really got to do the resistance of don't buy anything once you get that money. You got to be firm and be like, hey, I'm not going to spend this. This is set for improving my farm next time, or doing this, or infrastructure, or something, right? You got to set it aside and you got to be strong. And that's why I didn't sell mine. Now, usually when this comes around, I plan on selling all my 3000 series, but updating to 5000 series. I feel this is coming back where we're looking at the ASICs and newer hardware. The 3000 series are going to look like Polaris RX 580s pretty soon, because we're going to have the 5090s emerge with a big mem boost on top of a core boost, where the 4090s, we can see a dominant, like Exelis, for example. That thing is 500 and some kilohash, which is blowing away like a quarter of my Octaminer farm at a fraction of the power. That 14090 is absolutely beast on frickin' core-based coins. Now we're going to have the 5000 series that's getting even a better core, smaller chips, more efficient, and it's getting a memory boost. The only reason the 3000 series is still okay, even though they're not profitable, is because the 4000 series suck on memory. They didn't get a memory boost. They're pretty much the same GPUs, the 3 and 5000, or the 3000 and 4000 series when it comes to memory-based coins. You're not seeing the big advantage because of the cores in the 4000 series. The 5000 series is going to change that. Not only is the core going to be better than the 4000, you're also getting the memory boost, which is going to eliminate the 3000. Now, depending on your power price out there, you're going to need that to stay in the profitability margins for the next bear market. If you think you're mining at a loss through the bear market, you're an absolute idiot. No offense, but if you're paying for power, mining at a loss, why? And I know, I'm going to wait for the bull run. The altcoins here is going to pump and be better. But that's still the same. That's the same reason why you don't mine and when at a loss. Buy the coin for the same amount of power that you were mining with, you would get more coins for that bull run. That GPU is going to make you trash. Oh, but I only spent $150 on it. Doesn't matter how much. Who cares if you got it for $5? It's still making you lose money. Like, there's no point in buying these cheap GPUs right now when the next ones are going to dominate. There's no Ethereum. There is no Ethereum coming back for GPUs. And that's the bottom line. So, I don't know. A lot of people don't really like my opinions, but, you know, the truth hurts, and that's just the way it is. Anyway, guys, idiot here, nerd beast. No offense to none of you guys, honestly. This is just how I look at stuff, and it's always been about the efficiency, the amount you can make per watt of power. And, you know, even solar is one of the dumbest things ever. Unless you already got it or you have it for cheap, it's really good. But most miners can't benefit from that either. Like, you go out and get a bunch of 400-watt panels, say, you need a lot of yard space. You know, they're also making 1,000-watt panels now. So you could use one panel for 2.5 of the 400 watts you just put up, meaning less space for bigger. There's so many different things out there, but the point is most people don't have the space to run a lot of these things. It's really easy coming from somewhere else that doesn't really care about your community and be like, oh, you can mine this, it's totally profitable, but you're at, you know, 10 cent power, 8 cent power, whatever, super cheap, and everyone else is at 15 to 20 cent power. Or, you know, you fire up massive solar farm, be like, just do this, guys, but no one else can, because maybe they only have a 1 square foot lawn sitting in the middle of a city with your house 2 feet between each house or something crazy. You know, things like that. You gotta count for everybody. And the majority of home miners, it isn't worth it. You got power from 15 to 20, 30 cent plus. You're not making it. Look at the GPU right now at freaking 20 cent power. Look at 20 cent power GPU right now. 25 cents on a CMP 170, 13 cents on Exelis with a 4090. A 3070 right now at frickin' 20 cent power is 2 cents. I would not be turning on my rigs for 2 cents. Maybe you want to. Technically, you're profitable right now, so hopefully it pumps. But, like, this is still the big reason why people consider GPU mining terribly, terribly dead, because most people still cannot turn them on. So that's the bottom line. That's my 2 cents. You've seen my strategy. You've seen what I'm planning for. Hopefully, you know, you guys got something out of this live stream. Maybe you didn't. I see nobody's hitting that like button, though. We got 148 viewers, 61 likes. Hit that like button, guys. I know you all hate me. It's okay. I forgive you. What Rabid gonna buy? RTX 5090, 32, and yeah, I'm gonna get both. No name, actually. I want 5090s. My GPU farm is probably going to consist of only 5090s once they release, if I can get my hands on them. And I'm going to get at least one 9950X so I can test that. And then from that point, I will decide, do I want 7950X 3Ds or 9950Xs? Or who knows how long, and we might see some 9950X 3Ds. So we don't know. We're going to have to wait and see how it goes out. But I do plan on getting both of those. That way, you know, I can test them and see how well they do, and then just make the decision from there. Generic slurp. I'm a 100% GPU miner. Still loving all you say, as it really is truth and very relatable. Much appreciated. You know, that's what I try to do. I try to bring forth the truth. Now, I know, like I mentioned earlier, guys, now, check them links in the description if you plan on buying anything. Support the channel and all that. Ice River does have those Kaspa ASICs in stock. I just finished saying how Kaspa mining sucks, but there's always the odd person that still wants to pick up all that hardware, and it is the latest hardware. So if you are going to do that, help support the channel. Shay Indrid, hey Rabid, I have a chance to buy a 3060 Ti FE for $200. I want your opinion. Is that USD or is that Canadian? Like, I don't know. Personally, like I just finished saying, I feel the 3000 series is going to be very dead very soon. 3060 Ti, like currently, like let's just look at that right now. I'd say no. Personally, I wouldn't, but you know, 100 other people will tell you to do it. So I don't really know. You know, that's my opinion. I'd say no. 2 cents at 20. What's your power price? Let's go to 11 cents. 3060 Ti. You're 24 cents right now. And remember, this is about Zealous is about to get nerfed. ROI of 20. Oh, okay, that's on that. So like, what's the next coin? 2 cents. Yeah, I'd hold off on that for sure. Not looking good. I'd save your money and maybe try to get a 5000 series when they come, maybe, if you really want a GPU mine. But yeah, Founders cards are crap. I love the Founders edition of the 4000 series, like the 4090 FE. Like, what else do you need? Like, seriously, if you're buying from an AIB, all you're getting is a higher boost clock, and you're paying more money for it. And that's usually was the cards that was melting on people because of the higher boost clocks. Now, the Founders Edition is, like Gamer Nexus pointed out, could be one of the main reasons why EVGA quit making the GPUs, is because they're good now. They actually have good cooling. Mine hasn't blown up. It's been running 24/7 for a year. It's going 100%. We don't need the extra boost clocks. You don't need all this extra crap on them. A lot of people might have OCD and picky, or they just want to say, oh yeah, I got this one. This is the best one on the market. As a miner, who cares? You just wasted that much money and you're an idiot. That's my opinion on that. The FE is the cheapest one you can get out of all of them, so why not buy that one? It lasts. I've never had one blow up on me, and it's working just fine, and it's the cheapest card. You want the cheapest crap possible as a miner. We're not here to play games and try to say, oh, I got this, I got that. If that's what you want to do, go join a gaming community or something. Like, we're miners, guys. We want the cheapest crap. In my opinion, the FE is freaking amazing card. The overclocks suck. Who's overclocking it for mining? You should be undervolting and underclocking it. Your MSI is the best. I have a 3060 MSI, 3060 Ti MSI that I want to run over a tank. You guys know about that thing. That's the worst GPU I've ever had. But again, you never know. Silicon lottery, what you get. Personally, myself, I buy the cheapest crap. I look at the cheapest things possible when buying it. And when it came to the 4090, that was the Founders Edition. And I've had 0 issues with it. And when I go to the 5090, I'm going to be trying to get the Founders Edition. And I'll probably, again, have 0 issues with it. So we'll see what happens. Thank you for your vid on WSL setup in Windows. Helps me no end today with Kylacoin. Oh, nice. Oh, what? You have to use WSL for Kylacoin? You shouldn't need to, Jockwick Miner. What miner are you using? You using TT Miner? Look at TT Miner right here. Let's find it. Downloads. No, not downloads. Programs. Let's go to programs. Let's go to miners. Let's go to CPU. Kylacoin. TT Miner. I got it camouflaged under iron for Hero Miner. So interesting turn of events here. So let's look this up. So when you first start this miner, you're gonna have to figure out what you have. So mine's on device 2. But if you see here, look, just double click the bat file. Boom, yeah. Start it up. Here we go. Oh no, what did I do? I'm live streaming and I broke it. Start. Engage. Oh man. Okay, let's try this again. I failed. Tried sliding and it's quit me. There we go. See? It's working. No WSL. TT Miner. Way to go. It's rocking away. Just look at that. I'm mining and streaming at the same time. So TT Miner should work for you. But you do got to make sure, like as you can see here, my AMD, it'll pick up all your devices. it won't work unless you actually specify the device you want to mine on, which in this case has to be a CPU. So I had to pick device number 2. Now, on some of my other rigs, it was actually device number 1. So every rig you go to specifically, you got to use the command list to see what freaking devices you got, or it's going to give you an error. Something like this. You know what? Let's run this without setting the device right quick. Save. Run this without the device, and you'll see what it's going to do. Right here, we're going to get an error, and it's not going to work. Boom. Oh, it just quit because I'm running as admin. So see, it's broken. It's not working. Help, help. So, Rabid, help. My miner's not working. Well, that's because you missed this step right here. Now, the first thing you can do is go --list. Save that. Bam. Go into here. Double click. Yeah, run it. Run it. It's going to do its... Oh, crap. I got to turn it off. Hold on. I'm failing. Turn off admin mode. I don't even know if we need to run this as an admin. Okay, there. Let's run it again. There. Now we can see. See your devices. IGP device is device 01. We can see my CUDA GPU is device number whatever it is here somewhere. And then here we can see my core CPU is device number 2. So now we got to set our device that we know which one it is, or it's not going to work. So let's just take this away. I'll show you again now without administrator mode on what it actually does. If your thing's broken, it just does this. Oh, it's not working. We're starting 2 threads. It thinks it's looking for CUDA. Help, help, help. I can't mine. Kylacoin, it's broken. The mine is destroyed. /D. What was it? 01 or 02? I forget now. Oh, man. It was 02, wasn't it? I put 01 now, and it's going to mess up. Yeah, it's 02. Edit. Device 2. Save. Engage. Start. There we go. Now we're running. So now you have to tell it to select the proper device, and it should begin mining on your CPU. So there's a quick little Rabid tutorial for some of you guys out there. TT Miner not works in Windows. I just showed you it works in Windows. See? We just did it. You did all that today. Would just close out, post it in Discord, and anyhow, WSL. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I have to fix that. Actually, I have that same issue on one of my rigs, which I didn't look at yet. I just did it quick. I saw it wasn't working. I'm like, oh, crap, whatever. It keeps telling me something else. Can't remember what it was. But yeah, I'll try to fix that today and see, because I think I know exactly what issue you have there. I have a rig doing that. I'm going to try it again, but we'll see. Kylacoin pays better than Zep. Let's find out. Let's take a quick peek at that. Oh my gosh, we've been here forever. We're going to wrap this up soon, but let's take a look at some quick profitabilities of these coins, seeing how we're here. So let's take a look at, what am I looking at again? Okay, let's start with Zeph. Let's go to Zephyr. Wow, the hash rate. So we're almost in solo mining mode, guys. Come on, we're almost ready to solo mine the crap out of Zeph. 985, so 985 Zeph. Oh, it's up a little bit since I last checked. Okay, 985. And then what's the price on this situation? 375. 375. Down a bit. So 3900X on Zephyr right now is making $37 a day. Not very much. My entire farm would only make $17 a day. After power, that's only $1.21. Actually, yeah, I got to add that up. I need to add that to more things. So I got more rigs. So I'm actually making more and then whatever that is. But, so point is, it's only 37 cents a day per 3900X. Let's take a look at Kylacoin now. Kylacoin is currently at 2.03 mega hash. That is definitely up. 2.03. So we're going to go 2.03, and the price is 52.98. 52.98. 52.98. 40 cents. So Zeph, yeah, so it's making 3 cents more than Zeph right now. Kylacoin is more profitable than Zeph in theory. That's confirmed. Now, if Kylacoin hits $500 again, guys, what's it going to be? $3.86 per day on a 3900X if it hits $500 again. We don't know if it's going to do that. 52.98, 52.98, 52.98. Now the big thing here, let's do this. You know, I've always been saying, you know, what if Zeph does something stupid crazy like XMR and it's $400? What would your GPU, what do you think your CPUs are making right now if Zeph hits $400? $39, you imagine a CPU making a 3900X making $39 a day? If Zeph goes to $400 next year like XMR did, that's what they'd be making if you were mining Zeph right now. And that's the numbers I like to keep my eyes on. You know, I'm always like keep my head up. I still believe in Zeph. I'm still mine Zeph sometimes. I still buy Zeph in that major dip that's up $1 now. I got to my limit. I had a certain amount of Zeph I wanted to hold. I got to the number I wanted. So I'm set. I'm set on Zephyr. I'm at a comfortable level where I'm like, hey, I got enough coins. Now all that needs to happen is it needs to send it. Will it send it? I have no freaking clue. I'm hoping it does, but who knows? It might not. Might not send it at all. We'll see. We'll know next year. Like I said, anything that happens with coin price prior to this whole year and before, null and void. We'll know how well our coins do next year. Next year is the time when things are going to be popping and going crazy. Let's take a look at another one, guys. Oh, I don't even know if I should show this. Oh, my gosh. Okay, let's do it. Where is it? Hey, I'm sure some of you guys know what we're looking at. Let's look at Spectre. You know, a no-name coin everyone thinks is the stupidest thing in existence? Well, it is. Kind of, right now. This one. You guys know Spectre? It's a block DAG info, CPU mineable coin, down to only 16 mega hash. Why is it so low? Let's go through that first before we look at this. Why is it so low? Well, for one reason, the price isn't worth very much right now. Not much volume. It's down to only 0.012. Now, if we rewind this, it was at 2 cents at one point. How come I can't see it? Oh, there's no data going back here. So anyway, this coin was at 2 cents. The TNN miner, not TT, TNN, he decided he had to move or go on a trip, and he rug pulled all his dev fee coins, which obviously they're his coins. He made the miner. We all used it. They're his. You know, he did the work. But he dumped the coin to where it is today, and it hasn't really recovered. It's a very early coin. It's not even a month old yet, but it's not listed anywhere because there's no pools and you have to solo mine. But looking at 0.012 on the price here, 0.012, let's see what it's looking like. 0.012, 0.012, and the current network hash rate of 15.88 mega hash now. 15.88 mega hash. 15.88. That is putting a 3900X at 82 cents, even though the price looks like crap. This is why you say, oh, blood in the water, garbage coin, no one mine it, it sucks. But guess what? Because there's no freaking hash rate on it, it's actually one of the most profitable coins right now. Until the hash rate picks up, obviously that turns around. Now, if this coin does do any type of rebound, I was talking to the dev. He is still actually developing it. Rust will be implemented. I'm not trying to push this coin on anybody. You know, I don't do that crap. You know, this coin could be dead right now is all I'm trying to say. But the dev is doing stuff, which is kind of what we want in a coin. This is an early coin that nobody really knows about, or people that do know about it think it's the stupidest thing in existence. That's where Rabid comes in and mines the blood, in theory. And usually that's Son of a Tech agrees with the same type of stuff. That's where a lot of the money is made. You mine where people aren't mining. Therefore, the less security, the more you make. And right now, even though the price is garbage, it's still making the most for 3900X. It's only paying $1,200 a day, which is actually where is which is about 4 times more than frickin' Kylacoin's paying. Spectre at pretty much is considered a dead coin is paying 4 times more than what Kylacoin is paying daily to miners. So there's another reason why it's profitable. But moving into their, you know, I don't want to go into their whole thing, but, you know, they're going to be adding Rust. They're going to be doing some other things, barrier exchange and so on. So I'm just mining a bag, just what I talked about before. Get a bag of everything. If it pumps, it pumps. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Whatever. I lost a little bit of power, but I'm not investing a second mortgage into a coin, and then I'm going to end up on the street. I just try to mine a bag of everything, especially when the hash rates are low because you get a lot more coins a lot faster. And then you move on to the next project. So it's about getting a little bit of all your coins. That's what I do. That's the way I roll it. Anyway, could be good, could be bad, could be nothing. It does make sense to get a bag if you can bank a decent amount and stomach the electric. Yeah, that is how we used to do things back in the day. Well, yeah, I think that's what a lot of people need to do now. You know, it's like with the newer generations, they want to be spoon-fed everything, and they need to do anything. As soon as something seems too hard to mine, people don't want to mine it, and you kind of know what I mean there. I believe like tablets, iPhones, and all this stuff made people lazier. But yeah, a long time ago, like people don't realize, like even before I even started mining, like when Bitsby Trippin first started mining, like 2010, 2011 Bitcoin and stuff on a CPU, you had to run your own. You got to pretty much what Spectre is right now, and even Spectre is more automated and easier than back then. You had to run your own nodes to if you wanted to mine anything. There were no pools in existence. There was nothing happening. You had to do everything manually if you really wanted to mine. And now everything's like, oh, Hive OS, click the flight sheet, good to go. This, that. Everything's pretty much spoon-fed to us on a platter, making it easy mode, and still it's too hard for some people. Like, no offense, you know, that's why I do tutorials. I try to help you guys to mine these things, but it's definitely a lot easier it is now than it used to be. And I feel that's just the way of society in general is. It's like, you know, they need to have it spoon-fed to them these days. Which Pepe? There's like 10,000 of them. Yeah. I think he means the original Pepe, the one, the Ethereum one, the first one that went like 10,000 million% or something like that. I think that's what he's referring to, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, guys, we have been here for quite some time. I do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow for an AMA, so hopefully most of you guys come back. Maybe y'all hate me now. I don't know. We'll guess we'll see what happens. Let me know down in the comments section if you're watching this later, if you think I said some of the dumbest things you've ever heard, which, you know, it's okay. You can tell me about it. Let it out. You know, we'll start a therapy session. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Rabid out.
I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Remember, AMA session will be rock tomorrow. We'll be talking about all sorts of crazy googly stuff all over the place. This is a random narrator announcement. Thank you for coming to Rabid's stream.